Onward Master League 3 is out of date, but I've decided to upgrade us to Onward Master League 2. Just letting my co-associates know about this. I'm just going to get us right into the bands, actually. Kind of get us on our way. I know a lot of people are probably confused about what on earth is going on. But we're just going to go straight into the bans. NATO will be banning Quarantine. And Sinister Pride will be banning Downfall. Our first map will be Subway. And hopefully we'll get us going very soon here. Now it's important for a new team to kind of be able to look on cast. I do like to cast new teams to kind of give a little bit of pointers on where to go, where they can improve on their competitiveness. I've actually played a scrim with NATO before, and they definitely have the motivation to be in the league. They're not a bunch of randos who decide to get together and have fun. They have drive. But the key is being able to focus that drive, honing in on it, and using it to kind of motivate the team through hardship. Because there's going to be a lot of hardship when you start up. You're going to have a lot of losses. It's totally normal. No one's born great. We will spawn in with the Sinister Pride side, though. Alright, now we're kind of getting into the thick of it now. Going to go give us a nice little cam on NATO. It looks like that they're rolling as a squad. Not a bad way to start off, especially if you don't really know where the contact points are, where the meetup little sections are at. One thing that's really interesting about NATO's tactics is they kind of take a bit more of a milsim approach to it than, say, like a league approach. I think the milsim is good for people who don't exactly play league before. Watermelon is pushed up very far, though. Watermelon is playing like a league player. Going on that flank. Oh, there we go. Got my overlay up now. Checking that tablet one more time. Sinister Pride, on the other hand, they have years, literally years of experience. They're one of the first teams to ever play in the league, and Fester Taint's going to demonstrate his knowledge. Be able to find Watermelon. Now NATO is only 4. We're seeing this theme of the hand gestures and everything, using kind of more militaristic style tactics than league type communication. to communicate where they are. It just it works pretty well when you have a squad, but I'm almost worried about these guys' spacing. They could easily get mowed down by some form of utility that the Volk have. Now they're going to go all in on a push down the stairs. Just hand signals. They're walking around as a flock of ducks. They've only got 2 minutes remaining. They haven't really made a direct approach onto the objective yet. Now they're making their way to the stairs. Kind of just take a quick gander at Sinister Pride since we got a whole minute left in the round for NATO to work on something here. They've got very standard spots. Flying might be able to find himself a couple here. NATO, I'm really worried about their spacing. I'm somewhat Flying finds motionless, and the entire team's back up. There's only 1 minute remaining left in this round here. And Ader is able to find Austin. Now Nellis and Flying Potatoes can find a good way. Flying's able to find... I don't even know. I'm even going to try to pronounce that. There's only 30 seconds left, and they're choosing to go on a rotation. I am not sure what's going on in the mind of NATO right now. Lost Cali's kind of taking a bit more of a league approach this time. They're not rolling as a squad. Fester's able to find Dur, and now NATO are just one up. Lost is able to find one. And Fester will be able to find Cali, but NATO already ran out of time. And Sinister Pride will get a freebie. Definitely an interesting approach to esports. Bringing the milsim aspect back into it. Sorry about that. Still kind of handling some back-end stuff after having to move the stream from Onward Master League 3 to Onward Master League 2. Not exactly what I had in mind, but for some reason... Ooh, Sinister Pride had to do a round reset. It doesn't matter. I don't think NATO is really aware of the round reset function, that if you kill yourselves within the first, 15 seconds of the round of spawning in, I think. That's the new one. It's when spawning in, that you can just reset the round and no points will be given out. Everything is all happily ever after. I'm impressed with NATO's gunmanship, though. They're able to find good picks, kind of very cleanly, no funky business about it. For being a new team, that's a pretty hard feat. We're going to go into our second round now, as Sinister Pride have gotten their tech issues sorted out. NATO will be defending the objective this time. We get to see how they opt on a defense. They've rolled as a squad before, but you can't really do that. Ader micromanaging the team. Being a squad leader, really, but I like to use that term. Not really, no one really gets a say, and that's really what micromanagement is about. Looks like a very standard defensive setup. Definitely not bad for a new team. Yeah, they've got all their angles covered. They have a pretty solid defense. That's about half of a good defense, though. The other half is being able to rotate, being able to understand what is going on in the battle, where you need to be. You're able to readjust your strategy as a team midway through. Watermelon will be rocking that shotgun. That's Bass. Very classic French weaponry. I don't think I see a C4, and SP bringing the shield will definitely give Watermelon a bit of a challenge. All right, looks like he's about to get a little peeky here. Yes, he will. He's going to look for Kanan. That box is bulletproof. He won't be able to do that. It looks like he's actually going to try to rotate away. Now the rest of them are rushing over. At least Potato is. There is a potato versus potato potential here. So grenade goes out and it finds one. Ader will be able to not go over that res. The shield will come out from Fester. A nade goes in himself. Fester's going to try to block it. It's just a flash, so it doesn't matter in the end. The revive comes out onto Potato. Potato Junior meme. Oh, Potato. We'll just call him meme. I can't read. There's no way I can read that. There is no way that a man like me can read that during Null Downs flying potatoes. That's just what's going on. Some smokes go out. A nade finds Watermelon, and a very nice placed one. Now it's up to Potato the meme to try to take down the shield. Kanan following right behind. Ostentatious gets a revive. And now, Flying has gotten pretty dangerously close to the objective, but he gets shut down pretty quickly. Fester is going to get into battles with Potato the meme. That goes down pretty quick. And wow, NATO are able to defend one of their first objectives. Definitely good on NATO's part. Be able to hold an objective, kind of go for that Volk advantage if possible. Excuse me, I'm still handling some stuff from the switchover. Definitely not great when Twitch is telling you that it can't stream to the channel you want to stream to. We're going to hop into the next round. It's going to be in the north objective this time. Don't worry, I'm going to take us out of the overlay. I know what y'all are thinking. This would be Sinister Pride's time to defend. A little bit of C4 action going off there. Flying by, not cashing in early, I would say. Couple nades going off, but NATO have not been that aggressive to warrant that kind of push. Matter of fact, they're all crouching right now. And Flying Potatoes is going to trade with Dur. That res can come out. The smoke action comes out as well. That C4 that was placed by I think it was actually Flying that placed it, so now that clacker's all the way over here. Why did you rush if you put up the C4? Motionless is able to find Kanan on a flank. This is what's been really good about NATO so far, is that they've been very defensive even on offense. It's definitely throwing Sinister Pride a new one. Now some nades are going to be tossed down. Won't find any purchase. I don't think it even finds that C4 that was placed there. Question is Ostentatious holding a clacker? He does have the specialist, so there's a possibility that he does have the clacker, but that nade will take care of that C4. Very well placed. Now the push is beginning to form. Fester's able to find Potato. And you can see the firing lines just line up on that as the push comes in. Motionless finds his way in. He's going to be caught up by Fester. Now we're into a 1.5 V2. Lost Deli is able to get res, but it's up to Dur. No, that confirmation comes out, and Fester will be able to find Dur. Definitely some interesting strategies coming out. Definitely got to work a bit on their offense, especially on that objective. That's an objective that lends itself to the aggression, kind of allows itself to be pushed on really hard, and you can confuse your enemy really effectively. We've even seen beginners get capped on right below their noses. Ooh, and it looks like there's going to be another drop. I'm going to take this time to throw us to an intermission while they sort their stuff out and I can sort my stuff out. We'll see you on the other side. welcome back. I've used this time wisely to make sure everything's ironed out. We should have a pretty smooth stream. No trouble finding it from now on. We're going to have the North objective this time from our North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Once again, we'll see the shield come out from Fester and Flying. This time, Flying will back up Fester. And Fester's going to be armed with the nade. I'm not seeing him with an NVG, so he's using it strictly for callouts, I guess. He might be able to work pretty well. Potato. Might see some potato on potato action. Yep, Flying is able to prove that he is the superior potato. Kane is able to find Durr. Austin's able to find Watermelon. And now the cap is coming out. This is what happens when you have a very spaced out defense on this objective. It can be very punishing. And Sinister Pride will take the first map. Nice little cap coming out from the Flying Potato rather than the Potato Meme. It's what? It's Potato Junior the meme. Can we not do sentences and names? Please. I'm not reading that whole thing. Regardless. Let me update my scoreboard this time. Because I did not do that during the intermission. I was focused on a couple other things. We're gonna have Snow Peak for our second map. That's very Sinister Pride like to kind of shake it up a bit. You can kind of see how new, how fresh NATO is. While they are a high operating global alliance set out to prevent the spread of communism, they don't know how to go to Volk on their second round. Granted, they are new to the world of Onward and how to stop communism, but they are wearing communist uniforms to start off this round, so how the tables turn. Looks like we got all 5 in. No swap ups coming around this time. Ladies and gentlemen, get buckled up for some Snow Peak. We're going to get underway. NATO are going to defend first. Looks like we're going to see a bit more of a north-sided objective. Take a look at the map and see they got a pretty decent kill box going. A bit more bias on the south side, doubling up those two guys, you know, using battle buddies to their fullest advantage. Couple shots going off immediately. That's gonna be from one of the NATO guys, and the question is, what are you doing? Hard to read these names in the snow, but that's Dur. Now, keep in mind, Snow Peak is one of those less picked maps because not many people practice it, but maybe NATO can figure out a defense that works out for them here. They've done a couple practices already. Oh no. Nullist.
Are we still Fox 5? I might have killed a teammate.
Yeah, he just realized he'd killed a teammate like 15 seconds after doing that. He just whispers it. I love it. I just killed our teammate. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's not happy about that. His approach can definitely lend itself to a good defense from NATO. They are kind of going into a hot spot. Watermelon's able to find Nullist. Now he gets to explain why on earth he shot his teammate. Now Potatoes takes a couple shots himself. He's not able to find Watermelon, who's in that little tower there. He's using that fence to its fullest advantage. Master's going to be able to find... I can't read that. The white backdrop and the light letterings are hard to read on screen. If you know what it was, just feel free to drop it in chat. Now Fester's kind of moving his way around. He's going to try to go around the back end, maybe try to sneak his way onto objective. But currently, you're going to look at the defense as of right now. It's kind of condensed a little bit off, but they still have one person spearheading the whole operation. And NATO is doing really good on their defense right now. They've reduced Sinister Pride to 2v4. Only 2 minutes remaining. That is not much time for these guys to work with. They want to be able to try to find an objective. Couple shots going off. Dur sees one. I believe he saw Kanan. Ooh, and a trade comes from Los Cali onto Fester.
I'm down behind left hanger. He's clear. I'm clear. He's down.
The Lost is able to get that res on if he so chooses to. Or if someone so chooses to, more like. More shots going out from Watermelon. He's rotated off the tower now. And is all up to Kanan right now. He is the last member alive. Watermelon is going to be able to find Kanan, clean that up, and NATO. The North Atlantic Treaty. I messed up that, didn't I? Gotta put periods everywhere, man. That's how it works. I think I put spaces in there, too. What is wrong with me today? NATO will take the win. I'm going to go ahead and fix that name, or it bugs me too much. How to identify what team you're on. Looking at your hands trick becoming a bit more of a prominent factor in all of this. You're looking for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Looks like they're going to. Yeah, we're just listening, blatantly listening on their strategy, and. Something to keep in mind about Snow Peak. We've said it many times before. A lot of the cover here, unless it's like similar to other places in Onward, sometimes not even. A lot of this place, nothing's bulletproof. Like that shack that they're in front of, not bulletproof. You can shoot through that. It goes through like Swiss cheese. Ooh, Kanan's able to find He's gonna find a second one, and the res can come out. Looks like there's gonna be a flash. Cover that res. Interesting. Flashes only really work at close range. Fester is able to get that confirm onto the potato.
I shot one going across the pond, but I don't know if he's dead. He might be revivable.
shots from Flying Potatoes as he kind of pre-fires into the great abyss of snow. Whoa, what an amazing shot from Austin Tages with the SVD-98 bolt action sniper rifle. He's able to one-shot Watermelon. Where is he, actually? Another shot rings out. Here he is. He has been rocking it so far. Potatoes finds motionless. It's actually confirmed by Kanan, so Kanan will get that kill. Another attempt at a shot. He's not able to line it up perfectly this time. Oh, there we go. And Austin Tage is able to find Lost Cali on that rotation. And Sinister Bride will go up a point of their own. Very good sniping skills coming out of Austin. He's able to just pick off the team as he goes. So far, it's actually been a much closer match than what many of us expected, especially seeing a new team. Usually when we see new teams, they're still learning a lot of stuff, and it's a much rougher game than what NATO's putting out. But despite the scoreline right now, NATO's been putting up a good job. They've been putting up a really solid effort. Kind of bringing it down to close games against a team like Sinister Bride, which has been around since Season 1, need I remind y'all. Even though they weren't always Sinister Pride before the name, and their team name was Sacrilege. And then they changed it in Season 4. Hanging out with NATO on their defense while wearing communist new uniforms. As NATO likes to use Warsaw Pact type weaponry, like the AS Val. We got a Soviet Russia for Soviet Special Forces. I can get into the AS Val all day long if I wanted to. My favorite gun in the game. Bit of shield play coming out from Festers. I think they made a wrong turn somewhere. The objective is the other way. I got a feeling that even though Sinister Pride chose Snow Peak, they probably have not practiced this. Kind of doing some weird rotations. Taking a look at the map now. Looks like they do have a game plan though. Kind of to set up a surrounding. Flying Potatoes able to find Watermelon on the OBJ. He's just spraying and praying. Spraying and praying. Hopefully something makes it on. Kind of take a look at where he needs to start spraying. Keep in mind, this hangar is not bulletproof, but their positioning does make it bulletproof. Those boxes, I believe, are, but that's because they're technically 2 boxes, and you know, bullets never, no matter what they are, even if it's a full-blown sniper rifle round or a 22, a bullet can't go through 2 objects.
Tango.
Kane is able to find potato. Ooh, excuse me, potato.
Directly in front of me.
The meme. Potato Junior, the meme.
I see him.
No spaces at all. Kane is also able to find a dir. A dot dir. Adder. Maybe it's adder. I don't know. Maybe ask him. And now Nellis is able to find motionless. Motionless is motionless. Got that SA-80 going for him. He can just spray and pray all day if he wants to. As Sinister Pride slowly become the inevitable. They are 5 strong, and now it is all up to Cali. Los Cali. Los Cali. I don't know. And the shield rotations coming around here. This will definitely be a little bit of an awkward situation for Cali. Dream of Californication. Shots from Nullist. Ooh, there was a laser pointing toward Nullist again. Oh, what a nade! It might be able to find him! No, it won't. It's just a little too far. Lost Cali rotates out in order to be able to try to find that pick, but that will be his ultimate demise. As Sinister Pride make their way onto the objective. Oh, and another drop. Is definitely slowing down the momentum of this game. This Pride began to run away with it. They were able to capture a Marsoc round, thus the Volt advantage is no more. Now become the Marsoc advantage. We're still waiting for Watermelon to get filled in on what's going on after we got that rejoin going on. We'll have the same objective for the next round. Might throw us to an intermission. I'm not sure if their teams are using a timeout. Haven't been messaged by either of them. Oh, I'm about to begin right now. Get back on into the action.
shit, but we can both play here.
I'll be over here.
Talking, man.
Watching.
Yeah, you opening something over there?
What's that?
Better not be LaCroix.
Couple of defensive positioning coming out from the Sinister Pride. NATO are going to try to come in and enforce world peace on them. And also provide disaster relief? No, that's FEMA. Looks like NATO for the first time will be bringing out the shield. I think Kanan's very aware of it. He needs to look at that shield orientation. There's an opportunity to shoot the shield from Kanan's position. They don't have those angles down just yet. Oh, he wasn't able to nail his first shots. Now the shield is very aware of his position. Callie might be able to get this refrag if possible. Looking at the shield loadout, it looks like we're going to see
Right or left? Stay.
potential flick.
I think it's dead.
Ooh, the strategy is correct. How to use the shield very tactically. Have someone behind there kind of peek out whenever your friend says so. But luckily that refrag will be able to do the job for them. But NATO and Sinister Pride will both go down one in that mini battle. Ostentatious is able to find motionless with that sniper. He's been jamming on that all day, looking for that that confirm.
Right behind you.
Meter is not very aware. Oh, the confirm does come out now. Austin is a little bit more worried about Dur. Oh, Dur! I don't think Dur knows how the body mechanics works in this game. He's exposing his body.
I got somebody covered. Alright, I got this guy's gun, so I'm gonna try to see if I can use it.
He's not done. He's just waiting for an opportunity. The remaining three of NATO are all squatted up.
I think so. I don't know who Whoa. I don't know where that's at. I'm not sure. Oh wait, there's somebody right there. What's up?
Oh, these comms.
Push backwards again. Can you, here, hop around on this side. Cover me pushing that way. Let's see what I can do. Thank you. Hold my gun out yeet.
Using the shield to be able to, as kind of like auxiliary cover, definitely working. They're already giving up on that G30. No, it's an AK. No, it's a G36. It is a G36.
You want me to get it just in case? Oh, buddy.
Yeah, these guys aren't exactly battle hardened just yet. Now, Watermelon's going to try to find Nellis anyway. There's some good stuff coming out of Watermelon.
Can you guys like push or something? I'm getting lit up by the last couple guys. I don't think anything.
At least there's some communication, kind of more battlefield-like communication. A defined leader coming out of all this. Keep in mind that shack is not bulletproof. Flying Potatoes will find Watermelon, ending his kill streak. And Fester might be in such a great place to find the shield. And the shield doesn't look properly. Fester finds one. Potato could easily go for this refrag. He's got to be aware that his butt could stick through. Ooh, it's a little bit of, it's the most intense game of Ring Around the Rosie that I've ever seen. Fester's looking for the second. He's going to trade. And Sinister Pride will go up 3 points on map 2. NATO's been really strong on their defense so far. Definitely been able to get some points on the old goats. But it's not quite there just yet. Definitely will take a little bit more refinement. Notably in like how the team operates. It really just comes down to they just need to play with each other a little bit more. They need to practice more as a team. They need to understand how each other want to play and maybe facilitate just as long as they kind of have a general sense of how the battle's going and are able to rotate back to objective if necessary. A couple accidental shots. I mean, whenever playing with guns, the first rule of playing with guns is don't point them at your friends. And clearly that needs to be taught to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Bit of a wandering around on the objective, trying to find where they really want to defend. Looks like we're gonna have 2 on, 2 off, and maybe 1 further. No, he's right there. It's gonna actually be a pretty tight defense this time around. Not very common positions, but maybe there's some method to this madness. Couple shots coming out from.
Guys on the guy on the hill. He's about 315.
Ooh, man, phase through.
Keep your head down.
Austin Tage is able to
Got him.
just the sniping
push up,
from
push up.
Austin has just been on point.
Nice. I'm covering. Keep going.
He's not going prone or anything. He's just straight up standing up. He's got to be using a pro tube to get shots like those. It's pretty incredible.
Barricades. Left side. Left side. Left side.
Speaking of pro tube,
I'm watching the right side.
go buy their stuff. It's good.
Back, I'm out in the open.
I know you're thinking, Todd, you are really great at segues, and yeah, I am. Potatoes is gonna try to nail that gap. The smoke's going out there. That will facilitate the push from Austin. He has a sniper rifle, but that will not stop him at all. Motionless is gonna try to run around. He's going pistol out. He's able to find one. Can Austin be stopped? We're about to find out here. A bit of ring around the rosy once again. Motionless. Looking for it. Oh, Motionless will stop the pistol rampage.
2 down.
Sinister Pride and NATO are now down to 3 members each. Bit of peeking coming out from Sinister Pride over the tank on the north side. This is probably the side that NATO has least defended, but this is where the push is coming from now. All 3 members coming this way. And Potato's already in a very vulnerable spot. The only thing he's got going for him is that not very visible. Mouse is able to find Potato. Watermelon's going to try to go for that refrag. Is unable to find the pick, though. Couple nades going out. Won't be able to be thrown far enough. Not enough hot sauce in that throw. Speaking of hot sauce, red smoke comes out. And the flank is coming out from Kanan. He's able to find 1. And Kanan's able to find 2. And Sinister Pride will take map 2 and the game. Pretty soundly now to be NATO's choice of a map 3. I am pretty sure that the North Atlantic Treaty Organization will not be choosing Vietnam for their map, or South Korea. Actually, just Korea in general. It wasn't really north or south then, but kind of has become that way now. The map pick has been put in. We're about to find out what it is. And it's gonna be Suburbia. One of my favorite maps, personally. While we're awkwardly listening to conversations of people in the back, NATO will be taking Marsoc this time. We're going to start off with Burning House Objective. This one can be a little tough to defend against very aggressive teams who like to use a lot of utility, like to throw everything that they can possibly buy in that loading screen out into that objective and try to tenderize the defense a little bit. We're gonna hop into round one, kind of see how NATO choose to attack.
Bro, my parents are yelling at me
lane
playing
one.
this game through the floor. I can hear them. Lane 1, so that's his very left.
And the IRL aspect of esports kind of becoming very apparent there. They got their lanes down. Nade's going out. That one's early. That is an early nade. That's a free point for NATO, I believe. Yeah. Unless they choose to go to a round reset. Fester is able to find Motionless, though. Now Adur is getting pretty darn close to the objective. He's going to toss a nade out. He's going to be taken down, but that nade might be able to do something. No, it won't. Kanan's able to find Lost Callie. This is kind of, you know, compartmentalizing NATO here. They are on the opposite side of the map from objective, and now Sinister Pride are kind of beginning to push in and apply the pressure. NATO's trying to break through, but that won't happen. Flying Potatoes are going to take down Watermelon. Now Potato could try to find Kanan here. Kanan's not really aware of it. I think the call out for lane 1 went out, but the call out for saying lane 1 is down did not. Now Potatoes has the perfect opportunity to be able to find Kanan. He'll be able to capitalize on that properly. Almost a great nade. It had a little too much power on it. Potato will live to fight another day. Or another minute, depending on how this goes for him. Shots going off. I think it is pre-fire though. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, it is pre-fire, but it was pretty close. And Sinister Pride will form the firing line on NATO. Only one kill on this map. Sinister Pride have a pretty dominant defense. Start off with. It was a pretty slow approach as well, so not how we typically see this objective get played, but definitely very interesting coming up from NATO. Sinister Pride will get a chance to attack the objective. I've been playing pretty slow as well. Maybe not slowing it down as much as NATO. Oh, and Sinister Pride will trigger a round reset. Well, it looks like that Sinister Pride are going to have a timeout. And we'll see you when they decide to start playing again. But till then. Alright, we're back in it and having a late start, but Sinister Pride are already on objective. This is pretty insane. The cap might be coming out. Yes, Sinister Pride will be able to get it. And they'll be able to go up to 3 points. NATO were not able to defend that uplink properly. Definitely some good stuff with the good aggression coming out from Sinister Pride. And now NATO are going to be in a bit of a hot spot now. I'm sorry, I'm kind of messaging a couple people. They're going to be in a bit of a hot spot now. They are Sinister Pride are now on match point. We're going to pop.
Whiskey lane 2, whiskey lane 2.
One tango down, lane 1. I'm gonna put my eyes on lane 1, lane 2.
Yeah, you watch those. I see nothing. 3 and 4.
Alright, just stay there, 3 and 4. I might have somebody with their APC or my graphics are fucked, one or the other.
Nice job.
Good job, guys.
Oh, so that just, wow. I don't even know if I caught the commentary there. For some reason, my microphone audio decided to just drop, but been a weird casting day so far. We're going to close it out there. Thank you all for tuning in for a team like NATO. If you didn't hear me before, I said all this, and I'm saying it again because this time my microphone is working. But it's definitely nice to see the support for newer teams in the league. Kind of seeing what they have to offer, both in manpower and in strategy. And definitely cool seeing Sinister Pride. Still got it. Don't know how league play is done. Definitely be something for NATO to learn here from the cast. I hope they do. Definitely a very good spirited team. And it's very exciting to see what they will bring to the table in this coming weeks of the season and in future seasons. So on that note, we're going to end it there. Roll credits. My name's TFH with a swear word in the middle. This has been NATO versus Sinister Pride. Thank you all for coming out. We'll see you tomorrow.